Hi, my name is Kirsi Laitinen. I'm from Finland and I believe aliens are true and rule this world. For example, Lacerta interview, I believe it to be true. But is Lacerta telling the truth in the video? That I actually don't believe. Everything she says is not true. I've been listening to that video since about 2013 or something, and it has changed 3 or 4 times from the first version that I heard. This is me. I believe that the shapeshifters are true and real because my life is full of very, very weird stuff. I'm telling you this because I am witness to the situations for many years, 16 years now. First, I thought there was nothing uh, paranormal about things, but it turned out there's a lot of weird things like teleporting, face using, and very many other things, and they are not nice ones. I did some videos before to my Facebook page in Finnish, but maybe it was useless, although I told the truth, but I guess no one can believe me. Why do I believe, for example, shapeshifters are true? I look like this 2015, and my pictures look long faced, mouth too low, upper lip too tiny. Later they sabotaged my face. Very unsymmetric face, long, and I got wide. That is like different than wide face. They were all looking like that. My pictures, 2012, 13, 14, and so on. But that's not all. My pictures have been ruined since I was a little child. I don't know why, and no one says anything. I'm like a hermit. If it's like erakko, Finnish word for erakko, making sure that I'm not taking the word wrong. I'm alone all the time. I can't see people I know very rarely. I see only people I get to know after 2009, very much so. And the people before that I see very rarely. Two men I see now and then. Where to begin? Why would I lie about this? That is that is the question. I don't want to ruin my reputation, and I don't see anyone I used to know. I don't have friends. I live alone. I have a daughter, 23 years old. Myself, I am 47. Um, why would I do it? Why would I want to be the UFO woman who says weird stuff and I'm witness to the teleportation? Why I'm not filming me is because of this. They are making them look weird. Doesn't look like me at all. They are trying to make me unattractive because this kind of all started. I had like people after me harassing me in the net because I was kind of very hot woman. There's also this apartment thing that they did to me. They sabotaged the apartment and said it was made by me because they tried to frame me as a person that does illegal stuff. Of course, because after they realized I'm not going to keep my mouth shut, they did all kinds of things. 2009, they put me to cuckoo house because I said I have this harasser in the net. I was quite hot woman and very many men were interested in me. I could like choose, but I had my ex, who's my child's father, and so I was with him, but I had very many men trying to like get me at the time. Then I made reported to police 2009 March, and in the later year October 2009 I was put to crazy house. I didn't understand there was anything abnormal paranormal about the situation that time, because it all seemed like someone is just listening me at home. But there was also this police officer that didn't exist suddenly. The name was a little bit different and stuff like that. But as the dude who made the Lacerta interview is telling in it about weird stuff happening to him, like phone not working and or door being opened, that is like normal life to me. 2009, so I was put to hospital and told I was crazy. And you don't get out of the hospital unless the doctor says, okay, you're healthy now. So my then ex's father said, when I said as joking that I'm a crazy person, he said, no, you're the least crazy in this table because doctors said that you are now healthy. You are the one who has been investigated by doctors to realize that you are not sick. And you have even papers about it that you are now healthy. Well, these guys didn't, I guess, understand that, and maybe because they said I had paranoia. Suddenly, my ex left. We had very long relationship, like about 15 years on off. We lived apart once in our relationship time, but we got together, and he suddenly left. There was no reason to it, but I guess he had another woman, because he started to date the same name woman as I am. Kirsi also, but her last name was up above. And in Finland, the up and above letters were like single mom letters. It's not the same word in Finnish, which they told me in the net when they were harassing me that I'm gonna be a single mom. They also in the net, when I was claiming they harassed me, used the same sentences that my boss at the time had said to me alone at the workplace, and another thing that had been said at the workplace. So the coincidences were just too amazing, but my ex put me to the hospital because he didn't investigate the situation. But when I got out of the hospital, as his father said, I was the healthy one from the brain, studied by doctors. So when we separated 2011, I was left alone, and then very big bullying started. Teleporting, and like everyone I knew wasn't the same person anymore, like shapeshifters. Like you can see in my picture there, what I showed you, that, is it here? That it just cannot be me. Wait a minute. Sorry for the delay. It's my computer. It's not me. I don't look like that. Also, they have sabotaged me after this because they realized that I had like nice lips and not tiny lips. It looks like that in the picture. That is stupid picture because they tried to make it wide, not wide, the face, and I have this picture and it doesn't have the rest of my cheeks. Like in here, it is like made to be like it goes a little bit there. When this, I can't remember the word. This is wide. This is wide, and the other one is narrow faced. I had like kind of good lips, and because they had these lips and mouth too low, they sabotaged my lips. And how is that possible? I really don't know. They also made me a bump into my chin years ago. Now it's better, but because they realized that their version of me had a much bigger head than me. I don't see people I know in this town. I lived forever. I've done many things, many schools, many hobbies, and very rarely I see people I know. I see the same people from store sellers sales women and men, or people who were at I was cleaning a little while as a workplace, because it was my workplace to do cleaning, because they didn't give me good jobs for years, because I'm like bachelor of what it is in English. I have quite good education. In Finnish, it's IT tradenomi. But they didn't give me my field jobs, and they put me to clean, like to make me understand my place. And I've been very poor all the years. Can't see people, and I believe the shapeshifters, because all of my people around me look weird, and suddenly they lie about things that have happened. There's suddenly got a memory change in the closest people I know. Since 2018, they started this. One person, it wasn't actually that person who said it. Another person said I had done something, and then she went with it. And suddenly I'm a bad person also, because I believe in this stuff. I guess this is not that clear, my video, once again, because I don't do, a rehearsing of this. I'm just telling it because it's all true. I don't have to like think there's everything I tell is true. But also my stepdad died suddenly, and this is a picture from his funeral. Just happens that when I was at his funeral, these were white. The coffin was all white, but that's not all. The cemetery where we buried him changed. The place changed. The place of the grave changed. My mother, who used to be 159 centimeters, suddenly was so tiny that she was like a midget, 145 centimeters. She also changed by nature totally, and I don't know where my friends went. Suddenly, after the 2009 hospitalization, I was there for 5 weeks. They sent me a bill, even though I didn't want to be there. And then all the years have been amazingly awful. Yes, and I told you about the teleportation. They started bullying me after I separated my ex. I was alone. They began really bullying me by teleporting and being very, very difficult. Everyone was always mad, and every time I called anyone I know, my ex or my friend, or who then still answered the phone, she didn't answer it like 2014 or 15 anymore. We did see each other also, but I'm gonna tell this. They always said, "Wait a minute, I'm gonna call you." They stopped the phone and rang me back every time. That was very stressful because I knew about the face users, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Because I don't know, it felt weird as my keys, home keys, disappeared, like my phone disappeared, my clothes disappeared, made for different size, my shoes were made too big, and a different time to, where is the picture of the shoes? They also made them too tiny, like every clothes in this place where I live. This was 2000. I don't have my reading glasses on. Or was it 2016? They made the shoes too big, and they also had used a pair of boots, and I had used them only 2 times. And when I found them in my closet, they were used, and size 41. Mine is 39, the European scale. they did what they wanted. I was alone and they were bullying me, and they knew that I had once been to the hospital of being crazy. So you understand, going to the police again is not a choice. I tried throughout the years 2012 and about 16 still. I was always at the police station trying to make go and tell it, but I knew that since I had been to the hospital one time already, which was a huge shock because I was blamed. Although I was harassed, I was the one to blame in the situation suddenly, and I was supposed to be crazy. It was a huge shock to be suddenly the sick one, and my family didn't believe me. And today, I don't have my stepfather is dead, as you saw the funeral picture. My mother is now the little one is has Alzheimer's. So she lives in a place of memory illness people, and I don't keep connection to her. My brother is different than before and has also changed a lot, and we have very different views of my past once again. So they are my family who are saying weird stuff, and how do I prove it? How do I go to the cops and say, oh, I've been accused of being violent person, and there's like my brother and other family members saying stuff like that, believable people. So who would believe me? Also, I saw many people different sized, like too tall, too small. I saw like, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? It was 2 weeks ago. I was in the city. I saw this man's boy. I used to date this dude who had a son like about 18 years or something those days. He was like 190 centimeters, and suddenly he was about 180 centimeters when I saw him. This is like normal to me. This is normal to me. To see people at different heights and different natures, and then I don't see anyone. A city full of unknown faces. It's pretty creepy. Even that tiny thing, you go to the store and there are so many people. You go Christmas stores, you go different New Year's at the city, and we have different kind of holidays in Finland, and I never saw anyone. Now and then, of course, someone, but very little to the amount of people I know and I used to see in this city I've lived all my life. So as they tell the lies about me, suddenly I understand that I'm on to something. And then there's this picture. Yes, I know this is a little bit stupid because the mouth was too wide, made to look too wide, and just because I don't want to look like narrow face when I have wide face. This picture, this is supposed to be my goddaughter. I have a goddaughter which was blonde from the hair. This is from my daughter's christening, 2002. Also, there's suddenly something in my dress. This girl is supposed to be my goddaughter, but in this original picture, she wasn't in it. My ex's parents keep this picture because we weren't married in their home for years, and there was no head of my goddaughter, and she also has very, very blonde hair when she was a child. She and her sister, blonde hair since kid. I think she does do dyeing of her hair like dark or red these days, but she had like very blonde hair. It's true. And she wasn't in the picture before. Suddenly there's also shit in my dress and her head. And I noticed in the church there were no one else but our people. Yes, if you think this is crazy, drawing these, It's just I was just giving an example how my face is actually like the head with the picture, but and here I'm like drawn it by the face is like wider. Well, this picture is the head size is tiny and not like narrow and tall, long. This actually my camera makes it suddenly look like this is the right size of it. It's like huge, like a man, and the mouth is too low, and the nose is crooked, and the face is crooked, and also this thing like a beard. That's why they made me a lump to the chin by sleeping. They took my lips by sleeping. Also, they have destroyed every picture of me. But as I said before, my pictures have been different for how I look since I was kid. So I have to think of this as maybe a bigger plan or time traveling. Of course, the time traveling has occurred at the time when I was young. I was like 8 or 9 years when I noticed my pictures didn't add up to how I look. From this picture, they have to take in my lips, and it was like I had different chin. The picture, because I'm supposed to be like lesser than I am, and I'm like really. I'm sorry for saying this myself, but I was like really happy about my beauty all my life, and it was noticed. And also, I was beautiful as a kid too. But because the pictures were different since I was kid, and now there is none left. This picture is like the only one who like looks like me at all, and the others look so much ordinary and different from me. And also, I've always been big-breasted. Yes, and in pictures of our family when we were together with my ex, I have teeny tiny boobies, and there were pictures of me having very big thighs, like leg thighs. But I have very tiny legs. They're really petite. I'm very petite everywhere else but boobies, and I have a little tummy these days. Belly because I drink beer because it relaxes me. Yes, I've been drinking. Before I started the video, I did take a beer, but I'm telling the truth, so I'm not worried what you think or how you see this situation, because I'm telling you the truth. And what I think Lacerta lied about, for example, is that they don't show in pictures. I believe this planet is ruled by maybe lizard people or gray aliens or some kind of shapeshifters who can easily teleport, read minds, put thought to your head. Sometimes when you have a craving suddenly or something, a song plays in your head, it's them. They can use anyone's face. I don't know, do they even need the DNA? I once upon a time took my hair off. It was 2013, because I remembered that Madonna used to clean up her hotel rooms. I had read somewhere. She used to clean up her hotel rooms from her DNA. And I was like, is it DNA that they need? And so I took my hair off, burnt the hair, and took every hair I found in the apartment. But I didn't want to be bald, so I had to grow it up. But I was thinking if it's DNA, but I don't know anymore if they even need DNA or the thought in the person's head. What does the person think they see? And as I say, I believe in lizard people or gray aliens. I don't know what they are. Of course, I don't know how they do it, what they are, but I'm sure they're not human. Because it's been 24/7. They bullied me when I separated from my ex 2012 to 2017 very much. I lived in this place, my childhood, one of my childhood, same yard playground place for 5 years. It was supposedly my stepdad's apartment, but I'm not sure, because I'm not sure are these humans who are around me my family at all. For example, my daughter also had huge lips, like big lips, and suddenly she has very small lips in her childhood pictures.